I don't think anyone ever expects to be asked to score a Marvel movie. I mean, it's like certainly not us. We're just like this, we're this weirdo band, you know? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we doing even in this conversation?
Lena, being a hero, there is no higher calling.
Guys, first of all, congratulations on this score. I think Thunderbolts is an excellent film, and its music also managed to bring a new freshness to the Marvel universe. So, congrats.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow, thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
So, tell me about your first thoughts when you were asked to do a score for a superhero movie, and what did the director ask you for this score?
I first met Jake when he was doing his film Paper Towns, which was his second feature.
Yeah.
I scored that film. He invited me to be a part of it. And then I stayed in touch with him and was really just a fan from afar for what he continued to do. When he reached out, he reached out to me, but wanted Son Lux, the full band, to score his new one. And we were coming off of the heels of Everything Everywhere All at Once, certainly riding high from that experience. And Jake was a fan of our work in that film, as was Kevin Feige. And, when he reached out, it was like with the desire to make a new kind of film for Marvel, to make something that was both absolutely connected to this broad mythology of the MCU,
Yeah.
but that was its own film. And he knew that we would have a kind of outsider energy, but also that we had shown that we could do some really great work with Everything Everywhere. So I think our first feeling was like kind of just surprise. Like, I mean, I don't think anyone ever expects to be asked to score a Marvel movie. I mean, it's like certainly not us. We're just like this, we're this weirdo band, you know? like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we doing even in this conversation? But I do think that that's a testament to the kind of energy that's behind this film, right? The kind of audacity to ask us to do this is, it's telling, you know?
Yes. So, your music stands out for your experimental work. What was the biggest challenge in trying to maintain your originality as a band while you are making music for a big superhero movie and working with a large orchestra?
You know, I think it's each project has its own kinds of it presents its own opportunities and also has its own challenges in terms of really inhabiting the story and making sure that what you're making is fully, you're subsuming yourself, you set your ego aside and you subsume yourself into the world of the film.
Yeah.
And I think, that being said, one thing that unites the three of us is love for something that I've been calling the 2-second rule, which is that if you put on a piece of music within 2 seconds, the great things across all genres and generations, they have this energy where I'll hear 2 seconds and I'll be like, oh, that's Miles Davis, or that's Madlib, or that's, it's whoever it is.
Or that's Luis Miguel.
Yeah.
But it's when somebody makes music in a way that is so personal and so honest and is so born of their own process that you can't help but feel them behind the sound. That's, what we look up to, and that inspires us. And, all the music that I feel like we really love and are indebted to is like that. And one thing that I think that the process of scoring and the degree to which you have to set yourself aside and just push into, serving something else, is the degree to which you realize how that happens just as a part of doing that. When you give of yourself without thinking of yourself, it's just like being a person, like you give of yourself without thinking of yourself, like in a lot of ways, that's where you show your true colors. And I think that, You know, so it's always interesting in these situations where, you know, like that thought may cross our mind in certain moments, like, is this really even going to feel like us if we do it like this? I don't think we've ever done something and looked back on it and been like, oh, we lost the thread. And I think a big part of that is that we've been lucky enough in all of these cases to be asked to really be ourselves and bring ourselves to the project. And that's a big thing, is like when you know, are brought in for who you are, it really allows for that, you know, and it allows you to give that, you know, put that aside and really just go for it, because you know that what you've been called in to do is actually to be who you are.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Time's over, but thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the future. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.